response. Alexander-Arnold's ball in, Tarkowski. Interesting ball and then smashed away by... And with...
That set piece has been worked on, hasn't it? Great delivery by Westwood. And it was going to go right under the goalie's nose and they were going to try.
Here's Mo Salah.
Yeah, this is the lack of concentration, communication by Joe Matter. But gave the corner away, should have been...
This is Dwight McNeil, who ran out of room over there. It's going to be fascinating though, Steve, how Liverpool respond, because apart from the Watford game here, they haven't been the free-scoring, soar-away Liverpool. They have been a little bit bogged down at times in matches.
I think it's Flex, they have to respond, don't they? It's as simple as that. Games like this, sometimes decisions go against you. An unusual time for a kick-off Sunday. It's a bit quieter than usual, but you have to respond. That's what you're going to be champions. That's what you have to do.
Here's the Liverpool left-back Andy Robertson. Now Fabinho. Excellent ball floated out there to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who fizzes one in. Ben Mee heads the ball away. McNeil's done well over there for Burnley. Now Cork. Van Dijk there to tidy things up at the back. It's a huge 3 days, isn't it, for Liverpool, with Bayern Munich to come on Wednesday. There's no respite physically or mentally for Jurgen Klopp's team the rest of the way. Fabinho, Joel Matip, Wijnaldum, Alana onto Fabinho. Here's Sadio Mane, been in fantastic goal-scoring form here at Anfield in recent games. Alexander-Arnold, now Salah. Was there to clear. Now Wood can hold it up for Burnley. Hendrick looking for Ashley Barnes. And Matip there for Liverpool, and the clearance finds Mo Salah, who in turn picks out Roberto Firmino. And the deflection and the corner. Deflection didn't help the Liverpool striker.
He needed to do something to move Tarkowski. Firmino. This is too easy, unfortunately. Just cuts onto his right foot and takes the shot. He was always going to be blocked. He had to do something else to try and get Tarkowski moving away.
Roberto Firmino's a striker who needs a goal. He hasn't scored in 6 matches, one in his last 9. He's misfiring at the same time that Mo Salah is. Both of them could do with a goal to lift the confidence. Adam Lallana. In towards Virgil van Dijk. They're appealing for a penalty. It was the Liverpool captain who was leading the protests. The 19-year-old who plays with so much energy down the left for Burnley, but Liverpool have got it back again. And they'll look to Wijnaldum to inject some energy into their play. Fabinho looking to hit one. Cork was in there to block it. Here's Robertson, now Lallana. Sadio Mane, who was completely surrounded again by the white shirts, and Phil Bardsley felt something in there and he's gone down.
took a whack in the face, Phil. Yeah, just trying to get a 1-2 with the Lallana. And just, yeah, as you can see, it's a sore on that. I think it was accidental, wasn't it? He's just come up in a collision, a really bad collision there.
He's a tough cookie, isn't he, Phil Bardsley? He's not the kind of player to stay down. These are the penalty appeals.
No.
James Tarkowski over there, not a great deal he could have done about that.
No.
He's had a comeback season, hasn't he, in many ways, Phil Bardsley? Regained his place at right back in the Burnley team, and he stayed there. He's become a regular for Sean Dyche. Sadio Mane just explaining there was no intention to it, which there clearly wasn't.
No.
It's been a good start there for Sean Dyche and his coaching staff down there with Ian Wood and Tony Loughlin, who have been with him a long time, and good to see Bardsley back on his feet now.
Oh, yeah.
Alexander-Arnold's cross, Sadio Mane attacking it, and in the end guiding it wide.
Yeah, he's up, isn't he? Mane just can't direct it. Just a little bit too high.
Offside flag up against Barnes. It's a poor ball by Roberto Firmino. Early sloppiness here for Liverpool. You'd put the start into the nervy category, Steve, wouldn't you?
Yeah, as I said, Flex, before, you see it happen often. Sunday 12 o'clock kick-off, sometimes it takes a while for players to arguably wake up.
Here's Adam Lallana. Downfield, Liverpool 1, Burnley 1.
Yeah, normal service resumed because that was another poor ball. Poor goal, wasn't it? Arguably the easiest of his career. Roberto Firmino, lovely ball by Lallana. This was a nice 1-2, sharp with Salah, but as it comes across like that, Heaton misses it, and then Tarkowski gets some sort of contact on it, but pushes it towards goal. This is probably a better angle to see what the keeper does. Yeah, they both just missed. It's a bit of a...
That's what you need, Steve, when you're a striker struggling for form. About 6 inches out with an open goal. Yeah. That's the way you want to end the run.
And a mistake from the opposition.
Ashley Barnes working hard for the cause. Matip out to Robertson. Firmino waiting for his left back. Robertson to Lallana. Tarkowski's header helped away by Woods. Up goes Fabinho. And eventually cleared away by Charlie Taylor. Changed the layoff. He was looking there for Sadio Mane. Jeff Hendrick had got himself in a good position to clear it. Effect on them, you could sense the nerves at the Etihad yesterday as well. It's going to follow these two teams around like that all the way through, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And a lot of the time you just have to be patient. When teams come, sit in, particularly in the first half when they're full of energy and they're very organised, they've got a nice compact block. You just need a lot of patience. Normally in the second half the space will come because teams will fatigue.
Offside flag up again against Burnley. That's The third or fourth we've seen of those decisions up to now. Liverpool keen to get on with it with Sadio Mane, Wijnaldum. There's Trent Alexander-Arnold who fizzes one in. Ben Mee was there just ahead of Mo Salah. Charlie Taylor's overrun it. Liverpool starting the game 4 points behind, but if they win today and beat Fulham in their next match, they will be back to the top of the Premier League table before Manchester City play again. And Liverpool do face the prospect, though, of playing behind Manchester City pretty much the rest of the way. Yeah. City's games will take place generally before Liverpool's. There's Mane, Wijnaldum, Andy Robertson. Robertson's carried on running, important challenge there by Hendrick, who had to time it.
Yeah, just wasn't enough pace on the pass. Could have done with it in a yard harder, couldn't he? Because Robertson Spears, as you can see there, was nearly getting in front of Hendricks, but he does well.
It's got the feeling of one of those days at Anfield where we get 4 seasons in a day. Awful conditions now. Alexander-Arnold with lots of power off his right side, but not quite the direction.
Yeah, it's the goal. Lovely one too. Good touch by Salah, but that should be easy enough for the keeper or the centre half. But actually, I think Heaton just flicks it onto Tarkowski's leg. He was unfortunate, Tarkowski. He's not worried about it though.
That's what the former central defender thought about it.
Exactly.
They're all wrapped up down there, yeah. Steve. That's the reason why. Snow, sleet, we've had a bit of rain, we've had a bit of sun, we've got high winds. And we've got a game that means an awful lot at the top of the Premier League table. And Liverpool have sent Jordan Henderson out for a warm-up. He's on the bench today.
As a punishment.
That's an excellent ball to Alexander-Arnold, but he needed to be a better one in turn from him. By Robertson. Here comes. It's a real missed kick off the outside of Tarkowski's boot. Nothing to do with the conditions there. He wants a bit more though, doesn't he, Jurgen Klopp? Maybe a bit more intensity from Liverpool.
I think so, yeah.
Goal that he conceded, the corner that floated over his head from Westwood, was the first goal that he conceded for 518 minutes. Alisson has been so consistent this season for Liverpool, 20 clean sheets. His 37th appearance for the club today. Mane turned into trouble, Bardsley's header. Lamar working hard in midfield before Tarkowski could clear it. It's this old-fashioned front two that's working so well for Burnley in the Premier League. Scored 12 goals between them in the last 10 matches, Ashley Barnes and Chris Wood. It's a partnership they actually used for the first time this season against Liverpool at Turf Moor in December. And in goes the service towards Wood from Charlie Taylor, just a little bit too high with a cross.
They both got in each other's way there, actually, Barnes and Woods. You don't normally say that, actually, but they went for the same ball. One has to go and one has to stay further back, and it was because it wasn't a bad ball at all by Charlie Taylor.
Well, they've usually got a really good understanding between the pair of them, haven't they? They know each other's game really well. Corkin with a challenge there on Wijnaldum. Just to prove how bizarre it is, the weather system in England, we're now bathed in bright Anfield Sunday lunchtime sunshine.
I'm on a t-shirt now.
Here's Mo Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Sadio Mane. Allowed to turn. Firmino. Hendrick left it there for Bardsley, and Salah looking to profit. There's Sadio Mane! Brilliant curling finish from the Liverpool striker. It's his 16th goal of the season, and he's now scored in 6 straight matches here at Anfield. And he caught that quite beautifully. Liverpool 2, Burnley 1.
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish from him. I mean, all credit has to go to Adam Lallana, really, throwing his body right in the way of the block. And Liverpool a lot sharper than Burnley. The 1-2 comes in, cleared away here. We've taken an age, something to get it under control and try and clear the lines. Great block by Lallana. Salah's onto it quick. But as it falls to Mane, talk about instinct, Fletch. Bosh. Lovely curling finish, as you rightly said. Not even a thought about it. Heaton can't do anything about it because it's flown past them as quick as you like.
That's a striker full of confidence and a striker playing on instinct with a fantastic finish. I want to feel a little bit sorry for Charlie Taylor, who made a brilliant tackle at the outset on Mo Salah. And all he ended up doing was assisting Sadio Mane with a finish. But Liverpool have weathered a storm in more ways than one, and with half an hour approaching, they've got their noses in front here at Anfield.
Yeah, and 2 of the front 3 have scored. This is an ominous sign for Burnley.
Himself ready here. It's been out.
So I might be feeling something.
Here's Robertson. Different feel about the place now. The freak goal to start it all off from the westward corner, but Liverpool have worked their way back into it impressively. It's Mo Salah. Roberto Firmino. Salah! Hits it wide. He wants to get in on the act now, doesn't he?
Yeah, worrying times now for Burnley. But a little bit stretched. Snatches at it. I like him.
Just looking down at the Liverpool players, there's no obvious sign of distress for any of them. There has been a discussion between Jurgen Klopp and one of the medical team down there. Van Dijk was up early to win the header above Barnes. On by Mane. Firmino was just looking to feather one in behind Ben Mee. Now Salah's in. Heaton's had to come and had to get there too. They're creaking back there now, Burnley.
And also Burnley are helping Liverpool, aren't they? We say it all the time, away from home, no mistakes. Clear your lines, get yourself into the game.
Salah. Robertson. Lallana to Fabinho. Just a little bit too much whip on that one.
Yeah, with the winds as well.
Champions League football back again in midweek. Tuesday night, Manchester City against Schalke. 3-2 up from the first leg in Germany. 2 HD, 4K UHD from 7. And the following night you will see Liverpool will follow them to the Allianz Arena in Munich. 0-0 against Bayern from the first leg here at Anfield. Same channels on Wednesday from 7. Barnes. McNeil whips in the cross. It was a good one into a really good area.
Yeah,
well defended by Virgil van Dijk.
Great ball in. And it's up to Chris Wood, isn't it? You see, he's always behind Van Dijk. It's up to him to make that movement there, get in front of him. Has to make that move across. Some ball to go over Virgil van Dijk onto Chris Wood's head. He has to go out and then dive in front of Van Dijk.
Well, the clearance from Van Dijk has actually landed on the roof of the Kop, so we have a new ball for the corner. And it's the same side and the same player from where Burnley's goal came from, Ashley Westwood.
Different setup though. Tarkowski's well out of the way this time.
It's gone for the deep one again. Allison was alive to the problem on this occasion. Strange clearance there by Sadio Mane, straight to Taylor, on towards Barnes and Wood. Here's Jeff entering, and actually the defending was done for him by his own teammate there, Chris Wood diverting it behind for a Liverpool goal kick.
Ashley Barnes just eased Van Dijk out the way there. So the last corner. Bit deeper. Tarkowski was out the way this time, coming in round the back, so completely different.
Mane to Firmino. All kinds of space out wide again for Alexander-Arnold, and the perfect ball out there.
It's a hard ball, that wasn't it? Cuts in on his left foot. Very central.
Trent Alexander-Arnold had a hat-trick of assists, didn't he, against Watford in the 5-0 win recently. The two fullbacks who are so important to Liverpool's play, they provided all 5 assists between them in the match against Watford. 6 this season for Alexander-Arnold, 8 for Robertson. They are 2 of the best around when it comes to providing the ammunition for the strikers. Firmino to Salah. Alexander-Arnold.
See the wind on a couple of times. See the ball moving, can't you?
It was always likely to be a problem, Steve. It was absolutely blowing a gale this morning. It tends to come and go, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It does.
Makes it awkward for players to judge. There's a chase on here for Salah, and the ball just completely stopped.
Incredible.
Wow. Firmino looking to win it back. Determined defending in there by Westwood, but Liverpool have it. Roberto Firmino. And it's going to come back for the free kick for the foul on Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, Sean Dyche is not happy. But one minute he's not going to catch it, and then it just stops. Like someone pulls it with a bit of string. The ball run past it.
I did warn you it was blustering today. and the Jamie, our director, showed me a picture of a hanging corner flag. But it does come and go, the wind. I mean,
motionless corner flag.
It's been like that all day.
Definitely windy now.
Yeah. If it's blowing back towards Mo Salah, he's really got to thump this one.
Yeah.
It's Alexander-Arnold, and it's over.
There's no control, actually, is there? No control at all. Nothing wrong with that finish. Charlie Taylor, good tackle, but instantly punished.
It's Ashley Barnes who's down.
another one, wasn't it? See? It's hard for the players because, as you said before, Flex, the ball is holding up at times and then flying around at other times. That was just the coming together.
Got to say though, if you're picking anybody on the pitch to run into, Virgil van Dijk would be pretty down towards the bottom of the list, wouldn't he? He's a big old unit to clatter into when you're not looking. And what did we say at Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup a few weeks ago? You've got to keep your high ones low. I think that's
that's the one.
The order of the day at Anfield for the time being,
definitely today.
The wind goes. We've got the sleep back again as well. I feel like the weatherman up here, never mind about a commentator. Bardsley's header. So difficult at the moment for defenders to read the flight of the ball.
He did really well there, Bardsley. He just kept his eye on it, got something on it.
Liverpool would like the ball back, and someone in the crowd's decided to keep a hold of it. There we go. Virgil van Dijk hits one over there towards Mo Salah. Lallana, who's been neat and tidy so far for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold to Wijnaldum. And Tom Heaton there to claim it. Not sure you can put the ball into the penalty area with any desired accuracy really at the moment. You've just got to stick it in there and see what the wind does to it.
Yeah. It could be quite frustrating, and again, use the word again, you're going to have to be patient because of that fact. Sometimes the ball's flying through, sometimes it's holding up.
By Firmino. So Europa League football for you on Thursday night. Chelsea in complete control heading to Kiev for the second leg against Dinamo. That's from 5:30 on 3HD on Thursday night. And Arsenal will have to come back against Rennes at the Emirates, 3-1 down. You'll see that one from 7:30. Phil Bardsley. Ashley Westwood was offside. Sean Dyche looks like he's the tougher of the two of them. No hood needed.
Yeah, he's hard as nails, and he's Dyche, hard as nails.
Roberto Firmino. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Conditions so awkward for the players at the moment. The kind of conditions, Steve, where you're happy that you're ahead, because it's difficult to create much at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to quantify when you're watching on the telly, but real awful conditions actually. To play fast-flowing football, to get the ball down and play.
Here's Adam Lallana. Liverpool have worked it nicely here to Wijnaldum. Lallana. Wijnaldum onto Alexander-Arnold. 5 in the box waiting for a cross. Robertson was one of them and he couldn't quite reach it.
Yeah, they have plenty of men in there. Defensively, they've done well, Burnley, in that respect. nice line.
Sadio Mane, Phil Bardsley and Ashley Westwood there for Burnley. On by Barnes. There's Chris Wood. Not quite clicking for those two at the top end of the pitch for Burnley at the moment.
Not to rethink for Sean Dyche and the rest of his team, because they have to do something in the second half, don't they? Because they haven't done anything in the first half. I know they got the goal, and when you get the goal, you can hold on or try and hold on to something. But now Liverpool have gone in front. They need a little bit more in the offensive areas. They can't just rely on doing things like that all game.
Both into double figures this season, Wood and Barnes, 10 apiece. Alisson floats one out to Wijnaldum. He was looking to flick it on there towards Salah. It's Charlie Taylor who's fouled by the Egyptian.
This is a good opportunity for them though. Right at the stroke of half time.
James Tarkowski and Ben Mee on there. Ashley Barnes given offside. Chris Wood was onto it quickly, but the flag had been quickly raised by Scott Ledger on this side.
Yeah, you have to hold your nerve, don't you, when the line is that high? And it was as easy as you like, wasn't it? It went really early, the pair of them.
Here's Westwood. McNeil. Into 3 minutes of additional time here at the end of the first half that seemed Liverpool behind, but now ahead. Phil Bardsley. Swept forward by Westwood towards Jeff Hendrick. Solid defending by Robertson, back there for Liverpool. Roberto Firmino turning smartly away from Barnes. Robertson, Virgil van Dijk. Bardsley out jumping Sadio Mane, and then Westwood was able to get through Firmino. Here's Dwight McNeil. Struggled to do.
He gets a touch here, there, Trent, and then he slips. He thinks it should have been a foul as well.
So there's the half-time whistle. And Liverpool have the half-time lead, although they were behind early. 6 minutes on the clock when Ashley Westwood bent a corner beyond Alisson, who seemed to be impeded by Tarkowski. Roberto Firmino with a tap-in from no more than a few inches out to break his goal-scoring drought. And Sadio Mane scoring here at Anfield for the 6th game in a row. Liverpool with their noses in front on a day of difficult conditions on Merseyside. And a half-time score of Liverpool 2, Burnley 1.
Bet365.
FA Cup this weekend.
Another week with no fantasy football.
No, I can't. Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting company for many reasons. Match live, instant alerts, the number of events we stream worldwide. Over the years, Bet365 has welcomed more than 32 million members. Now please, gamble responsibly.
I am not afraid. Not afraid to lead, to be criticised, to ask for help, to tell my daughters I love them. I'm not afraid to be myself. If that makes me different, I'll choose different every time.
Sunshine in a bag, I'm useless. The future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on.
Only BT guarantee Wi-Fi in every room.
Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare.
My future is coming on, it's coming
BT, be there.
You cannot go back to your normal life after tonight.
Everything we've done. And we never took a dime. You've been shot 5 times and you can't even afford to send your kids to college. We get to take out a very bad man and oh, he's got $75 million. Holy. We need to hunt quickly.
Your money that good.
They got every town covered. We don't need matches like that!
This is not what I signed up for.
Crash like you, we all die. The money!
Same. You know exactly where it's taking you. Same. It's nothing like different. Difference daring. It's unexpected. Like when you're going one way and then another appears. So if you veer left when they turn right, go up when they drop down, if you're ready to leave what you know behind, you'll be surprised where different takes you.
He's my data self. Hello. We met at Experience years. I help him with financial decisions.
Find out how your data self can help you make better financial decisions at Experian. Scott, it's not what it looks like.
You were gonna eat him without me, weren't you?
Now the biting makes sense.
Scott's home early.
This is our defining moment. Our chance to take back our country. Our chance to shape history.
Tom Clancy's The Division 2, out March 15th. Pre-order now. Play it on the world's most powerful console. nuts. But you're not using smarter tools to run your business. You work too hard to work this hard. Collecting receipts? Is it the 80s? Doing your VAT by hand? Oh, mate. You should be wrangling pets, not payments. QuickBooks gives you a brilliant set of business tools that do all the hard work for you.
You may groom pooches, but you don't have to work like a dog.
Short back inside, sir. QuickBooks, backing you.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
A week after bemoaning the wind in the Merseyside derby, Liverpool have dealt well with it today. They've also overcome a dodgy refereeing decision to lead at the break. We'll take a look back at that first half in just a moment. If Darren Till is sitting at home watching this on the telly, I'm sure he'll be enjoying the scoreline. And next Saturday, he features heavy here on BT Sport. He is the headline event in the UFC action at the O2, which gets going from 6 o'clock here on BT Sport 1 next Saturday, 6 o'clock in the evening. Michael and Jermaine are with us for this one. You've sat in that chair many a time over the last few seasons and complained about goalkeepers having too much protection. Today, that goal should not
Rightly
me
so.
or Michael, by the way.
Rightly so.
Both of you.
I'm not going to complain about
Listen,
excuses.
No, definitely not. They, it's a mistake for Matip initially. Whether it's the flight of the ball, the wind just got away from him, but this is a clear foul as far as I'm concerned. Yes, there are plenty of bodies in the box, but those bodies are all on Alisson's back, and that's exactly why it is a foul. I think Tarkowski's clearly got his hand on his shoulder there, Mo.
Yeah,
it's a foul.
Yeah, this is the best time. You can see the arm going on early. The only strange thing is Alisson is actually fighting with Court to start with, so I'm not sure whether he misjudges the flight of the ball. He's probably just trying to get him out of the way to give himself space to jump, but then as he's got that space, Tarkowski's arm comes over. Definite foul.
And a yellow card as well for his troubles. Yeah. Wasn't the greatest start for him, was it? Talk to me about Adam Lallana. We spoke about the importance of him coming back in and a decision to get him back in the team. He's covered the most ground of any Liverpool player and been crucial for both their goals.
Yeah, he has, but he's it's difficult when you've not been in a team, on a regular basis. But he's played his part. He's played some lovely balls around. But Firmino does what all good strikers do, and they expect mistakes to happen. And fortunately, for Liverpool's point of view, that was the mistake there.
And he's been so good recently.
Yeah, no question about it. The ball can't go in the near post. Salah's virtually on the byline, so he's just got to anticipate, spring out there, and 100% it's his fault. I don't think Tarkowski can do much there because he's in behind Heaton.
Yeah, look, Mane's going to get the praise for 2-1, but we should also mention Lallana again. His block crucial to this.
Yeah, this is brilliant. He makes a little block there, but like all Liverpool players, and it's a theme throughout the team, Lallana here, look at the closing down, and not only that, but Mane's there just to knock. When they lose the ball, they just straight into get the ball back mode. And Mane, just look at him. He's run offside, but straight away he's thinking, let's get the ball back, and he runs into an onside position to try to get the ball. As it happens, the ball drops perfectly for him, but it's only because of that work rate. He's in the right place in the first place. And, there's a lot of finishes where people make it look easier, or you think, oh, that's easy. That was not an easy finish. Bouncing. Oh, it was absolutely stunning finish.
Impressive. Yeah. Quality football and plenty of hard work as well. A hallmark, I guess, of the Jurgen Klopp era. But this is what's happened so far. Frustration to elation for Liverpool. It started with anger on the sidelines as well as on the pitch. But 2 goals in quick succession mean that after Manchester City moves 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League, Liverpool are 45 minutes away from making the gap 1 point once again. Second half next.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Your heart beats like an engine, a 1-horsepower engine, but magical lucky shoes are nailed to your feet. So when that gun is fired, you run. If you see a jump, you jump.
And you do not drop your driver. He's a very burly man. You cannot lose. I'm backing you to win by a length, or at least a width.
Don't bet.
I'm here to get one of those incredible money-saving offers you do for new car insurance customers.
Hang on. I know you. You're a new existing
customer.
Existing customer.
Why can't we all just be treated the same?
The best prices shouldn't only be for new customers. With Aviva Plus at your next car or home renewal, you'll get the same price or better than if you were a new Aviva Plus customer.
Make every month amazing. Win 10 grand every month for 30 years with Set for Life, the new game from the National Lottery. Have you seen her? So slow.
Manuals, useless.
Sounds like a perfectionist to me.
Always run for someone like that here! Resilience.
We need that.
Unshakable! Self-respect!
Patience. Always welcome.
Keep on looking, you keep on searching, keep on moving, and you get a little further. Keep on trusting, you keep on hoping, keep on facing your fears, just to keep on growing. Just try, you just try.
I've heard industry's died in this country, hasn't it?
But scratch the surface and you'll see.
Working effort. The relationship with the town and the brewery is massive.
It's like a really, really big family.
You understand that you're part of something much bigger.
Making it where we're from. Carling.
Legs and everybody! Mr. Frankie Vittori! Oi, oi! You think that was good? Check out this beauty.
Charge to Cheltenham. £1 free bet for everybody every day of the festival.
Right, Horsey McHorseface, we've got a race to win.
How dare you? My name is Sebastian. Ladbrokes, where the nation plays.
My shot at the goals. That's gone now.
But nothing's changed. I will be champion. I will win that belt. Do not doubt me. London's calling. 2019, the year of the gorilla.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
Left it there for Bardsley, and Salah looking to profit. There's Sadio Mane! Brilliant curling finish from the Liverpool striker.
Well, if you missed that goal or anything else in the first half here, you can go back and watch it again via our app. But the crucial thing is, with 2 goals for Liverpool, they have closed the gap up once more to just 1 point to Manchester City. That is how it stands at half-time. They're halfway there. Can they see the job out? Time to hand you back to Stephen Down.
Thank you, Jay. So no changes made by either manager at half-time, although Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita were both out there kicking a ball about during the half-time break, having warmed up extensively during the first half. Jake mentioned that the fact that it's going to be cut to a point again if Liverpool can win today. The goal difference is also worth looking at too. Liverpool will have it in their minds that they've got to keep scoring goals with pretty frequent regularity, bearing in mind they're 8 behind Manchester City as it stands in that column too.
Yeah, it's something they're going to look at. City are ruthless, aren't they?
Yeah, it's significant though, Steve, isn't it, when the title race is as tight as this?
Yeah. You look at everything, don't you? But they'll do well, I think, to catch Manchester City.
So we start the second half in bright sunshine. We will see what the wonderful Merseyside weather brings. See whether Burnley can find a way back into the game. Here's Jack Cork. Charlie Taylor. Dwight McNeil. There's Ashley Barnes. Chris Wood's in the middle. Hendricks in there too, and Joel Matip with some early defending in there for Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important by Matip. It's just to get something on and clear your lines, as you said. When the conditions are like this, you don't want to be messing around, do you? Clear your lines, get up the field, put pressure on the opposition.
Wonder whether that was the main gist of Sean Dyche's half-time team talk. The fact that with conditions as they are, try and make the game a little bit messier, be a little bit more direct, and maybe try and play it to Burnley's advantage.
That's what you'd be hoping, wouldn't you? That's what you'd be hoping Sean Dyche should say. Stick it in behind them, the ball will hold up, keep it in there. Just build a little bit of pressure. They didn't have much in the first half in terms of possession in Liverpool's final third.
Westwood makes himself available. Taylor lifts it in. There's the New Zealand international Chris Wood. The last touch there off. Here's Wood. Westwood, Cork. Adam Lallana was busy in there again for Liverpool. He had a tiny first half, didn't he, Adam Lallana?
Yeah, he did actually.
Liverpool thumping away through Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's almost like a game of territory to start the second half. It's like a rugby union game. Succession of throw-ins down the left-hand side for Burnley. Lallana's challenge. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's ball in, which was headed away in there for Burnley by Phil Bardsley. There ahead.
Got caught, didn't he, there as well? He expected the ball to fly through. Just held up.
Encouraging signs at the start of the second half, though, for Sean Dyche's team. Yeah, here's Chris Wood. Ashley Barnes. Virgil van Dijk just leaned on him. Your strength against his.
And also the way their bodies were positioned, he was always just going to push him over, wasn't he?
Liverpool only dropped 6 points in the first 20 league games up until the turn of the year, but in 2019 they've already dropped 11 points, which has seen Manchester City regain control at the top of the table. But of course they've got a situation now, a 9-game sprint really, whichever of the two teams can finish the strongest going to win it.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time, isn't he? You can't see both teams just winning 9 out of 9.
So many of those goals last season, didn't he, Mo Salah, where his first thought was to move onto his left foot and curl one.
Just too high that time, wasn't it? With the curl on it. There's the Van Dijk one, ball holds up a bit, but as you can see, the way they're running across, that angle of the bodies towards the ball, this is where he nearly got caught by the wind. A bad ball was nearly turned into a good ball.
On by Barnes. Alexander-Arnold's clearance straight to Dwight McNeil. Off goes the teenager whips in the cross. Virgil van Dijk calm and collected at the back for Liverpool.
He did well there, McNeil, didn't he? Just needed a little bit of help from one of his forwards, because he wasn't going to generate a lot of power getting that cross in.
There's Jack Cork and now Phil Bardsley. Far too hard. A bit low from Alisson, but he got away with it. Now Sadio Mane. Robertson's made a great run down the left. If Mane looks...
Really good run by Firmino. Likewise, Andy Robertson flying over. This a nice pass. And he just needs to bend it round there, but you could see the flight of the ball was just always just curling away. See, the wind just took it way away from Moxley. It nearly went in the back of the net.
I find it quite surprising that Alex...
A lot's been mentioned about the creativity in midfield, but you have to remember that a lot of the creative side does stem from the wing-backs, the full-backs. That's how they play, Liverpool.
Here's Robertson, who hasn't scored since the end of last season. Lallana onto Sadio Mane. Mo Salah. Too many white shirts in the way. Ben Mee made the clearances. Ashley Barnes. Matip there with the challenge for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold, now Salah. Lovely turn. Still. Salah still going here. And in the end he took an important challenge by Charlie Taylor to concede the corner.
Yeah, he did well, Charlie Taylor. It's a poor challenge by Mee. Ben Mee there has to go right through him. Allows Salah to run in the box. Charlie Taylor does really well yet again. Another good challenge.
There with another interception for Burnley.
He doesn't half sell him a dummy, doesn't he, there? Has to be careful, the youngster. He went for that, turning his body, turning his back on the ball.
One or two words of encouragement from senior players around him for Dwight McNeil.
Oh, yeah. It's happened to everybody, that.
Alexander-Arnold with the corner towards Virgil van Dijk. Salah. And it was tempting for him.
Yeah, he didn't catch it, did he?
Bardsley went in. Here's Van Dijk for Liverpool.
and skid it. Hopping out the rape and skid it. Smashing on bitch and skid it. Hopping out the rape and skid it. Smashing on bitch and skid it. Running the chair with no limit. Popping on X, popping on X, popping on X pills. Got a new car, got a new bitch, and I got a new deal. Pull it to the crib like, what up, bitch? Sound smack with no light. Insert to this on Skype. Smoke cut pound to the face. Popping on X, popping on X, popping on X chills. Got a new car, got a new bitch, and I got a new deal. Only way to sign is skid it. Popping out the rape and skid it. Smashing on bitch and skid it. Running the chair with no limit. Popping on X, popping on X. Ona patrzy na mnie, a bestia. Ona chce powtórnie, mam deadline. Wystarczy już tu na wejście. Twoją szczytem przestań. Mała, błagam, powiedz, przestań, niech cię wyjdę ze mnie bestia. Mała, błagam, powiedz, przestań, niech cię wyjdę. Krzyczysz z rozkoszy w nocy, ja mam znowu plecy starte. Kochanie, twoje łzy są słone, tak jak morze martwe. Wiem, że to chore, ale